What it is, y'all? It is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Danmachi. I guess tonight, technically, this was supposed to be out way earlier today, but that version didn't make it to air. So, let's talk about True Familia Royale, and we're doing Enemy 1 right now. And I want to talk about this in a bit of detail, because I've actually been doing something that I recommended not to do. Let's talk about this, okay? So, if you haven't been running True Familia Royale, A, shame on you. B, pay close attention here, okay? It is 5 Dementors. They do dark physical attack and dark magic attack. They remove your magic buffs and regen, okay? So, use skills to decrease physical resist and magic resist on your allies. So, in other words, if you can remove those buffs, that's actually really, really good. I'm being real, I haven't been using that. And there's a good reason I haven't been, but I'll show you that team here in a moment. Okay? The enemies themselves, we talked about this the other day. Thunder resist is down 80%, so you want to use a Thunder team. Light is down 30. Light is actually quite viable if you can debuff it. Fire, Earth, Wind, Water, and Dark, literally everything but Thunder and Light are 0. Physical resist is 0. Magic resist is 40. I have a decent light team, but magic is a big part of it, and because of that, I'm going to be real. In fact, that Haruhime they show up there ain't really that good for this, if I'm completely frank. She's not been producing the kind of damage I really wanted. So it says down here, enemy has a magic attack resist that removes magic buffs on your allies. Form a physical party to fight them. That's exactly what I did. The enemy decreases your allies' physical resistance and magic resistance. I ain't even worried about that, because if you're using the OG Haruhime, that's more than enough to take away their damaging abilities. So let's look at the team that I built and what I've been doing. Now, I haven't quite cracked 10 mil, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I haven't really been able to debuff them far enough, but I'll show you the team that I'm using. Okay, let's go ahead and go in here. True Familia Royale, Boss 1, very hard. That's my team. I'm using a fire team. I'm using a strange fire team, but this fire team actually works, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, first things first. Familia skill activated. Alright. So, right out of the gate, I'm going to do Haruhime's Akane. That basically is going to take away... They're not going to be able to produce enough damage to really harm us. We're going to do all the major buffs, and I'm going to do this 33% with Line. That is actually going to be pretty critical to ending this earlier. Get it? Alright. Now, I'm going to do Yosuga. I'm going to do the pure casting. I'm going to do, with her, I'm going to do Kamale, because I'm basically spamming Kamale. And I'm going to do something very special with that. And we're going to do Sweeping Swath with Goblin Slayer. The reason I'm doing that is because that adds attack all targets and single targets 20%. You didn't see that because the HMI flickered, but right there. All target and single target are both raised 20%. Now, I am looking for, and I know I've got a unit in there somewhere. Somewhere I've got a unit that does 30% all target. That's really what I need, and I'll show you why here in a moment. But that's turn 2. So that's one of the ways that I'm actually going to be able to produce a little bit more damage, and probably, with a few extra tweaks to this team, be able to eke out 10 mil, which, if you're not paying attention, 10 mil is what's going to give you the basically your Irish rewards and all that in for your dailies. So, turn 3, I'm going to do Sheikah. I'm going to do the that buff with, I'm sorry, Kamale again. But we're going to do the Hero Rising with Argonaut. So yes, I've got Argonaut and Krazo. Been a while since I've flexed these guys, but my fire team really does the trick. So here we go. Got it? And I'm not honestly that worried about losing debuffs. In fact, I probably wouldn't even need to do this debuff on Argonaut, but it does debuff their agility a little bit. Whether or not that's really functional, I don't know. I probably could have honestly just gone straight into pure casting, if I'm completely frank. So it may have just been one turn that's kind of questionable. Okay, then I'm going to do Awakening Spirits on this turn. And on this turn, I'm going to do the SA with Haruhime. And one thing I didn't do with Kameo is, starting this turn, I'm going to bounce around every single unit. So I'm going to do him, because after this, we're going to get the 100% damage. Prior to this, we didn't have it. So basically, every hit up till now is pretty much, not quite, but pretty close to going to equate the one hit that Katori's now going to put out. And I'll show you why I'm bouncing around here when we get towards the end of this. Okay? So, they're just doing their thing. Casual, just ruining the event. Okay? So, we're going to shoot. I don't have enough MP, so that is going to screw me over here. That's okay. It's not the end of the world, because she is not my main damage dealer. Now we're going to go back and we're going to do Yosuga, because Katori needs to have those buffs. Basically, all the buffs and debuffs are starting to wear off. So on this turn, Yosuga is going to be mandatory. You've got to do that early. Honestly, if I'm completely frank, what I should have done is last turn I should have had Katori. That, or I probably should honestly give Katori the Hestia that does... There we go. Perfect. The Hestia that does MP restoration. That probably would have been a wiser maneuver with her, but it be what it be. Okay. So we're not really producing crazy damage, but we're working towards a double SA. Alright? And you'll see basically the reason that I'm bouncing around everybody with Katori and just spamming that those all attacks with Argonaut and Krazo is because we are just wearing them down. Alright? So we're going to do Kameo now. Should have done Kameo last turn. Really not doing good with Katori. This is not going to be a premium run. I have not been doing what I should be doing with her. Okay, so now on this turn, we're going to tackle that middle guy, and we're going to do SAs with Argonaut and Krazo. If you're not familiar with why we're doing that, Argonaut does physical and fire resist minus 35%. That fire resist is really, really important. And all targets now go up to 30% with Argonaut. Sorry, Krazo does fire resist 35, and Argonaut does... You know, I said the earlier run wasn't very good. This run's not very good either, but we're going to see how this turns out. Bada bing, bada boom. And like I said, with Katori, basically I'm just going to go bounce around unit to unit. I'm never going to sit on one unit longer than another. We're just going to, aside from obviously at the very beginning, the goal here is pretty much just to wipe everybody out fairly evenly. A good run of this, they'll be gone by turn 11. I think this one's going to take 12 or 13 turns, because I didn't really set it up right. But turn 11 was like 8.5, almost 9 mil. So with just a little bit to go, this team is basically cleaned up. And I do have a little bit more damage coming out of them. Now, I have tried to do a triple SA with Katori. One of the big things is... that was a pretty decent hit, actually, for what that was. One of the big things with the scoring at the end is whatever your biggest hit, that gives you a bonus. But in my honest opinion, yeah, we'll have to continue Yosuga. That's fine. We'll hit that middle guy again, and then we'll start going back around the edges there. He gone. Okay. Now, on this turn 11, I'm going to do Argonaut. Normally, Argonaut is going to be able to wipe them out by himself in this turn, but as I said, we'll probably have to go at least one, if not two more turns, because I didn't quite line it up right from the beginning. But as you can see, the fire team that really has no business being any good at this... there we go. Turn 11. Perfect. The fire team that really has no business being any good at this is actually pretty good at this once you do all the debuffs. Now, that is not to say that I'm going to recommend them for the rest of it. Okay, perfect. We got a 9 mil. Even though I messed up a couple of the runs, that tells you I got a lot more in there. So, score details. So, I'm right on the cusp of that 10 mil. Right on the cusp. So, default score is 4.3 mil. Battle turn, you run at turn 11, you get 100%, so that's doubles that. Highest damage is 450,000. If I'd gotten a better number out of that, we would have gotten a better score, but realistically, had I drug it out anymore, that battle turn would have been way down, and that drops off so quickly. So you really want to take advantage of that. If you've got another really boss AoE that you could put in there instead of Katori, that would be nice. The only thing I will warn you when it comes to that is that if you want to use the free-to-play Argonaut, he has not been pulling his weight. He doesn't even hit for 100k on this team. So, at least not the one I've got. Maybe I had the wrong weapon on him or something. I don't know, but he did not impress. That said, I do have some other options that I'm going to test out on this here event. But for now, 9.1 is my best run yet, and I'm still working towards that 10 mil. If you don't know why I'm specifically going after 10 mil, guild time limited. So down here, achieve a score. I believe 10 mil is the top. Yeah, True Familia score. Get over 10 mil points. You get 9 of those second anniversary coins. So definitely make it happen. Also, you get second anniversary coins for playing Wargame, which I haven't been doing. So I got to go do a little bit of that. But, so get your 10 mil, guys. Do whatever you got to do. My fire team's about to crack it. So, do as I say, not necessarily as I do. But even if you do as I do, maybe do it slightly better. Don't mess up the runs like I did. And you two can easily hit 10 mil, probably, maybe, if you have a good team. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be fire, guys. Any team that you can debuff down, whatever your best team is, if you can debuff that team down, you've got units that can debuff, like mine did, you'll be fine. Argonaut and Cross to debuff only 25%, and then 30% on their SA. It's not that substantial. And we pulled good numbers from it. So do consider that, guys. Let me know what team. If you're not running a Thunder or Fire team, or a Thunder or Light team, whatever element that was, I had to go through all of them. If you're not running a Thunder or Light team, let me know in the comments section what team you are running. So that'd be very, very interesting to see, because I'm sure there are some people running some really cool things. So that's going to be the video, though, guys. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow my Birdman. Hit me up on Booker. I'll be back at you guys with more of this here kind of stuff, because we got round 2 coming out. We'll cover that in as much detail, but hopefully we'll have a better run on it.